In this video, now that we have the accessibility panel open, we're going to focus on running an accessibility check and what to do with an accessibility report. To run an accessibility check, simply click on Accessibility Check. We got there from the Tools menu. You can go to All Tools, or if you just have your Tools toolbar open, you can click on View More and find Accessibility or Prepare for Accessibility. So back to the accessibility check. We can click this. Typically, I like to leave all the defaults on. That way I get everything checked. But we can choose here to attach a report to a document. And what this will do is the next time you save this particular document, it will save the accessibility report with it. And that way, if you are to email that to someone, they can then open up the document and see the accessibility report that you generated and what needs to be fixed. We're going to skip that for now. Category is document. That's fine. We don't really need to change any of this right now, but we can tell it to check for certain things or what we're specifically running this for. You can still leave everything checked, but I just like to leave it on document so that we see everything about the document, not just the things contained in the tables, the alternate text, things like that. Running a document check is going to check all of it. So we're going to start checking, and it's almost always going to find something. That's okay. Don't panic if this finds something. The easiest things to do, though, are to expand each of the things the accessibility checker found. So we expand the document. It has 3 issues. Typically, the logical reading order is always going to be listed as an issue because it always needs a manual check. And that's always good because when you have a document, especially if it has tables or other items in it, it might skip something or read it out of order. And you always want to make sure. And of course, it tells you what passed. To check the things that failed, you can simply right-click on them and tell it to explain that rule to you. That's really beneficial. Skip back. To find out what failed, you can simply right-click on what failed, click Explain, and it'll open up the web browser to Adobe's site and tell you exactly what happened, or to tell you why that error exists. You can tell it to skip the rule. So if you know without a doubt this is fixed, or maybe you're not too worried about that, you can click Skip. You can even rerun the entire report again. Just, you say you fixed several things, you just want to check it real quick instead of having to go through the other menus, do that. But if we click Fix, this is what's really nice, because this is the description of your document. And this is typically found in the document properties. So normally when you create a PDF, you don't think about going to File, Properties, and then changing the actual title of your document, because this is generated from a Word file, but Word doesn't care what the title of the document is, so long as everything is formatted on it. But I can uncheck this, test document, subject, author. I can add all this information in because anyone with a screen reader or anyone needing to check some of the properties of this document can see that without going through a lot of extra effort to dig. Under tables, this does have tables in this document, and they are not formatted properly. So under headers of the table, it shows element 1, and when I click element 1, it highlights that, and element 2. So each of the items in these tables are not formatted properly, and we're going to need to fix those. We're going to go through that in the next video. As far as accessibility report, this is the report of the accessibility test that I ran. Now, I did not save this to the document, but you can attach the report to the document from here. That way, if you didn't do it in the first step, you can do it here, export that file, and that way the person can load that when they're checking the, say you send the PDF back to them. They can then open that report.